I'm going to move on to franchise fees. Thank you, sir. I'd forgotten I had the clicker in my hand. There's our franchise fees, the state statute that associated with it. Again, unincorporated area only. You can see the 18, almost 19 million that we are estimating for that. Again, it goes into the general revenue, and it would be by franchise agreement. That's how we would enact that one. You'd have to have agreements with each of the different utility providers out there.
What is that in an actual, so we're talking phone, cable, I mean, and then how much, is it a percentage of their bill and so I'm looking at what that actually would mean to a homeowner?
Yes, sir. So it's in this case, it's electricity and gas. That's what's allowed under the state statute.
Okay.
In both cases, it's 6% is generally what is charged. And I have to say that it's sort of, we talked about it, a rule of thumb. It comes in common law. It's not specifically spelled out in state statute, but you'll see what most of the municipalities are charging as well.
And we currently charge 0.
Yes, sir. Nothing.
So people should know how much less expensive it is to live in an unincorporated county than all those big cities. Commissioner Long.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And that used to be a huge issue in the Seminole area way back when we were talking about annexation. So my question is, just to back up for 1 minute, I think it was on the utility taxes. Did you say the total for all of that would be about 3 million?
No, ma'am. I've put it back on the screen there. Our estimate would be 32 million.
Oh, 32. That's a very big difference.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
Electricity.
you can see them broke down on the slide up there.
And it
Right,
is,
but my point is that 32 million can only be utilized in unincorporated, correct?
that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, please continue. I just
Well,
wanted to make sure. What?
Let's clarify that. It can only be charged to the unincorporated residents.
Right.
So, but it is a general fund. So you could spend it countywide, but it's only coming from unincorporated residents. So not that practically, you really would want to target that if you wanted to, for instance, when we talk about local roads, which is just in the unincorporated areas or something like that, then that might be a potential revenue source. But it is just a general revenue.
Well, yeah, but I didn't say it right, but in my head, I'm thinking, how would you, let's just pretend we decided to go down this road. How would you message that it isn't double taxation when so many of the municipalities already charge those things?
Well, so for instance, with local roads, that is and you're going to see this next month. Our local roads is just for unincorporated areas. And so if we wanted to do this as a revenue source to improve our infrastructure on local roads, that would be a revenue source that you could generate additional money if you so chose to go that way. And then it would be charging unincorporated residents, and it would be used for unincorporated residents. So that is a choice and an option that we have. That's the reason we're breaking these down, and whether they're unincorporated or they could be countywide.
But they're not getting charged that now in the unincorporated, so it's not double.
Right, no, but the cities are.
The cities are charging that, and then they're using it for whatever purpose they use it for.
Correct.
But the people in the cities would not be charged.
This fee, correct.
Correct.
Commissioner Flowers?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So just a question. For roads like the 49th Street that separates Gulfport and the city of St. Pete, I know that there were some questions at times, especially when Mayor Yates was trying to do some road improvements, that the road was a county road, it didn't belong to the city. So what would we do in that instance?
So we have 3 different types of roads. And we're gonna get into this next month, and we're gonna break this down for you. But we have 3 different types of roads. We have 2 main arterials and collectors, and then local roads. And I'm looking back to staff so they can correct me when I misspeak here. But we know the lane miles for each one of them, and we're going to break those down. And so we have both. But we also have revenue sources that some are just unincorporated, and some go to countywide. And the penny for Pinellas, for instance, when we spend money for arterials, that goes right through municipalities. And so we have both, and we're going to break that down. What we were trying to do with this is kind of show you different revenue sources, as then when we talk about infrastructure, then we've got some choices on if we want to put more money towards things, and we'd have to figure out, are we trying to solve an unincorporated issue or a county-wide issue, for the different types of roads that we have.
That's County Road 611, Commissioner Flowers, most important road in Pinellas County. Commissioner Seal?
Thank you. So with the franchise fees, if we had to do it by agreement, then the utility would have to agree to sign that agreement with us.
They would, but you have some authority in that area to allow them the franchise. So it is an agreement, but the cards are held on this side of the agreement.
Okay. Could you explain, I know it's not on any of the other coming slides, but the solid waste fee that is charged in some of the cities?
I can explain some of it. I'm not sure. I didn't quite come prepared for that. But yeah, the solid waste fee that we charge is a disposal fee. It's a gate fee, a tipping fee. So when the waste is brought, they charge per ton, per weight.
Correct.
And that is charged to anyone that comes in the gate. I will confess I'm not familiar with the nuances of it and what the amount is, but that is how it is charged and why it is charged.
Right, but it looks like some of the cities charge a solid waste fee.
Yeah.
Is it just for their own garbage?
That would be a collection fee that you're looking at. What I'm
A
talking about is.
monthly, okay.
Yeah,
All
that-
right.
so the
I was
cities-
trying to get clarity around that. Okay.
There is also, there are franchise fees in municipalities where they would franchise out the collection in those areas. We didn't explore it here. Theoretically, we could look at that in the unincorporated area as well. I just don't have it on any of these slides, you're right.
Which incidentally, I talked with staff because in the comp plan, they were planning on taking out franchise for garbage collection as a policy. So I asked them about that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Eggers?
Yeah, I remember when I first got to the county commission, probably within a month, I got a call from somebody that said, can you come up here and look at this situation in my front yard? And I said, sure. So I got up there, and there was an RV